Welcome to Trading Lounge and the daily US stocks for Monday, March the 21st, and just want to start with the S&P and have a look at both sides of the market. And in this case here, we're looking at wave 3 here, and a 38.2% retracement level back down to 4.1 was our target. And then looking at wave 1 and 2 here, and then looking at this as an impulse wave to the upside that's not complete yet as 1 and 2 here, and then moving further up. At the same time, we know that wave 4s can get rather complicated. We also know too that on the NASDAQ, this wave 4 that came down here overlapped its wave 1. So that kind of chucked a spanner in the works, and it made me think that, well, if that was going to be the case, then we need to look at a larger wave 4 situation here for, or even a wave 1 and 2 back here, by the way, but that doesn't matter at this point in time. But because we got that overlapping wave structure in the NASDAQ, then it does chuck a spanner in the works, and we can't ignore it. So there's been the possibility of, all of this leg coming down here is just really sort of one leg, and then we've got some sort of correction here that's going on. We thought we may have had a triangle pattern in here, and then we thought, well, we may have a flat correction in here, but it's going to go a bit high for that. It's still okay, I guess, for that a bit, but I think we need to look at it as an A and a B and a C for a B wave up here, and then down for a C wave here. So so look, I know that these corrections can get quite sort of complicated, which is a real pain, and I don't always have solutions for things. Sometimes I know and sometimes I don't, and if we know, then we take trades, and if we don't know, well then I say that we don't know, and then we need to be extra cautious about that. So look, this structure can get bigger, so we need to be mindful of that, and also be mindful that you don't start building in trades without, longer term trades anyway. Short term trades don't matter too much, but longer term trades. So basically from this low here moving up through here, right across the market in stocks and indices, we need to count it up as, well, pretty much an impulse wave in most cases. So we need, as I mentioned on Friday, we need to allow this to finish. And then once it's finished, then we can buy the tops here. Now, when I say we buy the tops, it means we could also buy the second top as well. But I do think, for the safety of the whole thing, we still need to allow this to play out here. Now, you might think that we're bullish, and that the bullish count that we've got here is correct, and that was our original count. But as I mentioned, that this wave 4 here on the NASDAQ has overlapped wave 1 here, so it puts this whole structure in a different into a different play. So that's one of the reasons that one of the main reasons that we're looking at it slightly differently, and of course I've been counting this differently as well. Same count on the daily chart here. In terms of an A wave here, B wave here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, and then 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, still the same sort of thing. It doesn't matter that much. So we also understood that the 45 was important. So we're going to see some sort of, we'll take a closer look at this when we do the indices video, but there's still more to go to the upside here, and we should get some sort of classic trading levels pattern across here that will either put us long or will put us short at that point. So I'm looking at stocks basically in the same light as well. We can look at them in a bullish light and continue to the upside, or they can turn. But as I mentioned on Friday, we really want this 5 waves to finish, and then we can either buy that top, or we can buy the pullback and buy the second top in here, but we just need to be we just need to be careful about this. That's all. That's pretty much it, really, in a nutshell. So that will wind through to all the stocks. Now, some of the stocks I've had to change the count, but it still doesn't take away the fact that the move up here is the one that we need it to top out. It doesn't matter what the count is. It just matters that this move up here in all of the stocks needs to complete, and then it was either going to pull back into an ABC and push up again, or it's going to keep edging down at that point. So as you know, we've got a bit of a war on the doorstep, and that can, from little things big things grow, so it can get out of hand. There's a lot of egos involved, unfortunately. Anyway, that's the gist of everything for me. I'd like to be able to turn sort of bullish and so on, but I don't know. Just got to take it sort of step by step. So this is Apple here. One of the other main things too with all of these is that these patterns this is a weekly chart for Apple. This pattern that we're looking at here is corrective. That's the thing. So it's not the end of it's not like we're going into a massive bear market. It's just that what degree of wave fours are we going into here? That's the main thing here. And if that's the case here, with Apple, we could go straight up from here, or we could, like I mentioned, we go up and then we sort of come back down again for this. But just wanted to show the bigger count in this instance. So coming back to Apple here, we can look at it, with this wave 3 here, that's our original count. So we'll just go back over that, the original wave 3 here, with an A wave here, a B wave here, and then down for 1, back for 2, down for 3, back for 4, and down for 5. Now we could put that as a WXY there as well. It doesn't really matter whichever way you look at it. So we can put wave 4 here, but it's the same story in that this leg moving to the upside here, we have to, in this case, we could look at it in 5 waves as well, but we do need to let it finish, and then we can look to go long above the tops here. That's or there'll be a second high that we could work with as well. It's just that I got to look at both sides of the market, and if there is, it's not like we're in a trend here, and so we just got to be extra careful. It is a pullback, and it's sort of buy the dip situation. It's there's a possible ABC for wave 4 here on a nice level, and all the rest of it would expect to bounce off this, and it's been a nice bounce, but we just need to keep moving. Just be cautious about it. That's all. So let's go in. I'm not sure what. Okay, this will do the trick. This will give us a bit of an idea. So from here, for this market, we can look at this as wave 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2, and then a third, fourth, fifth for the third, the fourth, and fifth. I could tighten that up a lot. It doesn't matter, but for the next few sessions, we'll still be going to the upside for this, and I could count this differently as well. I understand that. I just want to go to the 100 ticks just to see what I've done, if anything, here. Okay. Slightly different maybe. Let me just check on that. I just wanted to check on that, that's all. Just wanted to make sure we've got 1 and 2 here, then we've got the third, fourth, fifth for 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and third wave in here. I might have that wrong, I need to pull that out, but it's basically nice third wave here. So we've still got the fourth, third, fourth, fifth here for the third. So we'll be going up this week. That's not the issue. But coming back up into the 170, 172 area, that's going to be the 50-60% retracement level. So really, at this point, we've either got all of this as wave C, or we could look at it as wave 1. Oops, daisy. But the thing is once this finishes here, we'll be able to get some sort of corrective move back to move into this from this wave 1 to that wave 2 at that point. Or you can, you can go long, it's okay. There's still further upside to be had here. This is Amazon here, so it's the same thing as well. It looks, when I look at this is very difficult in here to count. There's, you can count it that, you could count it that this is all basically 1 and 2 here, and then all the third wave here, and then an A and a B and a C for the fourth wave when we move up from that point, or you could squeeze another fifth wave in here, but it's a little bit tricky. But just looking at the bigger picture here, it's the same thing as well. This move up here to the 3360 area is 61.8%. It can move to that and then have another swing down. It can also just continue to the upside, but if it continues to the upside, it's still going to have to top up here in the 5-wave sequence and then pull back, and then we can look at moving into it at that point. So on that's a monthly chart. So on the weekly chart here, so we can look at this as wave 1 here and 2 here and 3 here. Thing is, I could probably look at it slightly differently as well. It's difficult to count 5 waves from these lows here up to this point. So in this case we've got 3 here, we've got nice 5 waves here and a 5 waves here. We could look at it as being wave 4 over here, and then look at this as wave 1 here with an A, B and C here for wave 2, and then wave 3, 4 and 5. That sort of fits as well. But look, all I can say is it's not very clear, that's all. By having, this is my original count over here, and looking at this as 1 and 2 here and 3 here with an A, B and C wave here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and that's our 38.2% retracement level. So we can just go straight up from that point, and once again it gives us the same thing as well. We need to look for 5 waves up here into that 3360 area, and then once that top's in place we can go long above that top. That's kind of the simplicity about it. But otherwise it can move down further, especially if we put one of these wave 5s sitting on top over here. Then it can start the correction from this point, and looking at all of this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for an A wave, a B wave and a C wave down here, just keeping it simple. So there's different ways to view all of this here, but whichever way we do it, we just need to, in this case here, it's up at the, let me just double check that. Yeah, oh, there's a bit better there. Yeah, okay, 3360, that's what I was thinking before. So in a way, we just need to allow this leg to move up and complete at this point. I don't know if I've got this counted in another way. Bear with me a second. Yeah, but this is the same story as well. I mean, just to keep it kind of simple, is that we've got 1 and 2 here and 3 here and 4 here and 5 here. So we still need for that to finish off, and that there to finish off, and then we can look at being long or short at this point. Now, the thing with the markets is what you see is not what you get next. So we've seen this nice third wave here that's not quite finished yet. So the market's going to start sort of slowing down and starting to creep to the upside in the next few days. But yeah, it's over here that we can look to go long again at this point. I'll just have a look at the whoopsie-daisy 100 ticks we work with normally. This is the other way to look at it, just a different scenario, looking at all of this down here as the A wave and then a B wave back up into this space and then down from that point. But like I said, it doesn't matter, and yeah, so we can go long above the top once the top gets in here, And yeah, so we just have to wait for that. I mean, if you're long at the moment, well, then you know where the targets are to the upside. If you're not long at the moment, then we need to be looking, you know, over this side over here, because it's pointless going in long here really, because we're going to be, you know, rolling over soon here, you know. So yeah. Next one is Alphabet. I've changed the count here a little bit as well. So we're looking for 5 waves here up into the 2800 area here for this. Like I said, the low may be in here already, so we could, you know, it's possible to have this over here for that. But once again, we still need this. I just got to make sure that we're clear of everything, you know, and we can go long above these, you know, above these tops here. But otherwise, we'll be moving down further. This is Meta, and we're looking for wave 4 here. So this could also be counted bullish as well, but we're looking for a wave 4, so I'll stay with that. This makes a really nice wave 3 here, so it makes this a nice 1 and 2 here, and 3rd wave here, and we'll be looking for the 4th and the 5th. So it's pretty much in line with all the other markets. Yeah, so that's where that is. And Microsoft, the same thing here again. We can look at this being completed on these lows here, and looking for you know, further upside at this point. But once again, you know, as I've mentioned, it's nice when we've got a really large number to work with. We've got 300 here. So we can look at a classic trading levels pattern sitting in this area on the 300 here. But the same thing applies here as well. We need this rally here, or this move up rather, to complete. And then we just need to see if it's going to, you know, if it's going to move down. But at the same time, if it's going to move up again, we'll have some sort of, you know, high or second high to move into on the on that. So just see what we've got here. I've got 2k and 1k. So yeah, this is it here. So we're just looking for a move up into this space. I'm not sure where I got that line from. Obviously from here to here, from that's about right, not taking into account that spike. So, but basically to the 310 here. So we'll just allow this to play out. It's going to stick to the 300 in the next session. It will push higher, but there will be a little bit of vibration there at that point. But we do need it to, I do need it to play out. I need this leg to play out, and then we can look for the long trade or the short trade at that point, okay? And the Tesla, we've been looking at this in 2 ways actually. We've also been looking at it in a bullish way, and I've also altered this count here, because the reason I've altered it for is because I need to pull it in line with the rest of the market. If the rest of the market, like the S&P, is going to have that rally to the upside and then roll over, well then this market's going to do the same as well. So the same thing applies here as well. From this wave B to wave C here, we need to find 5 waves in that, and obviously the wave 4 is over here. All this area here is the sort of supply area, the resistance. So that's going to show up over here anyway. So we're going to see this top and turn, and then we can get our long trade set up, or we'll see it move back down in line with the rest of the markets. On the 1000 ticks, we've got it as a bullish count here. So with the bullish count here, we've got it with wave 4 being in play over here, with wave 1 and 2. Bit of a large wave 2 here in relationship to wave 1. So that's you know, ticks the box for the sort of corrective pattern, I guess. And then we're looking for this move up here for this. So we're looking for 5 waves up like the rest of the market. And then if it pulls back, well, then we can go long at that point, you know. Otherwise, it's just going to, you know, to move on down at that point. So that's after 3 waves here. Then we'll know that we need to be on the short side at that point. But otherwise, we'll just allow it to be. We are long in this at the moment, so we'll just take a look at that. So just the important thing here really for me is the 5 waves up. So I was kind of looking at somehow this being, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, I need to look at that as the 5th wave, and then I need to look at this as some type of wave 1 here, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for 1 and 2. I could look at it, just ignore it and go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, but I think I'm better off doing this way with it. And then that leaves all of this climb here as a nice 3rd wave here. So we're still looking for the 4th and the 5th to be into play on this. If you've been long here, then I mean, you definitely want to be taking some money off the table at this, you know, at this 900 here. So I'll leave that up to you though, but I'll just put that there. I suppose we should move the stop, but it just depends on if traders want to. I mean, yeah, we don't know if the market's going to turn lower at this point, you know. So, I mean, normally I'd wait for this green wave 4 there and then put it under that and then bring it up to the wave 5s there. So I think we'll do that. We'll just move it up a little bit there and leave it there. And yeah, once that comes in, once we've got that green wave 4 there, then we can bring this stop up to here and start lifting it up at that point and try to get, you know, closer to the top at that point. But 920, 930 would be good to look at here. Of course, if we get support on 930, the top of group 1, well, then we're going to just continue higher at that point. So bear that in mind as well. So that's why we'll leave the stop out of the way in that case. And also square as well. So we're sort of tracking this in a couple of ways. So first of all is the bullish way. We've got wave 1 here, an A and a B, and then we've counted down here as 5 waves for C of 2. Then looking at this as 1 and 2 here, and then going to the upside, moving up quite nicely here. But the same rule applies here as well. So what we need, because this could be corrective here, I don't know that. It's not, if we get 5 waves here, then after a correction we'll get another 5. That's all I know. It would be different if we had, you know, a larger 5, we had 5 waves in that point there, and then we're pulling back. We know that we'd get another 5 then, and that would be fine at that point. But we've got 3 waves here. It looks quite chirpy because it's strong here, but the same thing applies here as well. We need to track that 5 waves up, and when it's finished, then we can go long above that if it's breached. But otherwise it could, you know, pull back down from that, because we don't know really if this can be wave 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here, and ABC for 4 here, and then move down at that point. And we don't, you know, it's just something that we don't know, and we, you know, that door's open. So the 38.2% is at the 150, and that's probably where it will end up. So just going to, I thought we had, oh, that's 10,000 ticks, so we want, right, so we can look at it as wave 1 here and 2 here, then wave 1 up here, and then coming back for wave 2. That's one way to look at it. The other way is an A and a B and a C wave for wave 4. So we just need to allow this to play out here for this. So once again, once that moves up at that, wherever that's going to go, we'll check it out. But then there should be a correction either below the level here, which will leave us with this one here to go long, because that would go, breaching that will be a game changer and it'll turn as bullish. The other point here is that we could end up seeing, we don't know yet, hopefully we'll get the pattern across this level here, which would make life a little bit easier. And then we can go long from that point, or otherwise it's going to work itself lower at that point. But I think I had it on the 100 ticks just to look at this particular trend here. So just on the 100 ticks, we've been considering this wave 1. I think I might have changed the degree of structure, but it doesn't matter too much. 1 and 2 here. And then because this is quite long here, I've put this here as 1 and 2 as a building block, and then 1 and 2 here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd, and ABC for the 4th here, and up for the 5th here. It hasn't really given me a nice, maybe I've got that wrong, maybe I need to put that, I'll just double check that later. Doesn't seem right having such a small wave 4 there, but wave 2 was quite small here. So yeah, look, it can be finished here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. But like I said, this wave 4 here is a bit small, so that may need to go over here. So we may end up getting a little bit more here. But look, we'll know when it's topped out because it will pull back, and that's what we're looking for. We can see that the other markets need to move up higher. So yeah, we'll just allow that to be. This will probably move up a bit higher here. I'll need to do some more work on this, but yeah, this is definitely the middle of the trend here though. So we're at the ending of the trend. So let's just see what we get across the level here. But that will be a real game changer to see what happens at this point once this trend here is completed. Alrighty, so for the banks as well, starting with Goldman's here, as you know, I was looking for it to move up into the 350 area here, into this box, and looking at it as an A and a B and a C wave up here. You can see quite clearly it's not 5 waves here, it's sort of 3. I mean, if we get 5, if we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, and it's pretty clear, well then I'll turn bullish at this point here, and we can be long at that point. But we don't have that just yet. And with Morgan's here, I'm not really sure about this count. The way that came down here, is really the third, like a third wave price action, but it's pretty hard to get it as a third wave because we can't call that a fourth wave because it overlaps these. So this will probably be the best bet as an A and a B, and then 1 and 2 and 3 here, and 4 here starting to overlap this a little bit. So because of this here, I don't think we've got the right count. But what I can do is that from this low here, we don't have 5 waves up here yet. So we've got this here as, we can look at it as an A wave, a B wave and a C wave. But once again, if we get 1 and 2 and 3 and a nice 4th wave here, and then a 5th wave here, then that would make us 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'd get an A, B, C at that point. Well, then we can go long at that point. Now we may just get an A and a B and a C up here, and that will be the end of it, and we come down again from that point. That's possible as well. I don't know that, but it will, because we get 5 waves here, it will give us that other leg, so we can go long across here and buy back in that point. But we don't have 5 waves up here just yet for that. So yeah, BAC here. So the thing here is that I could look at this here as the A wave here, and then a B wave up here, and a C wave coming down here, and that's the end of it here for that. So that's possible to look at it like that, but otherwise from this top here we'd have to look at that as 5 waves down basically, and then the B wave pulling back to the 50-60% and then coming down again on this leg here. But the same rule applies as well with this market, is that well, we can pull up to here, but as I mentioned before, all of this block in here and this current low in this area here and this vibration over here really brings us into the resistance a little bit lower than the 61.8%. So, but the main point here is this trend to the upside here. Once it's completed and it turns down with the rest of the markets, we can see the stochastics here. Sure, it might flatline and then continue up, but it does sort of present a reasonable case for a turn here. All the turns have been pretty smooth, so we'll see. Yeah, all these moves to the upside across the markets, we just need them to top out, and when they pull back, then that will give us our setup, an ABC setup to go either long again, or the market's going to roll over. So I think that's the, I think I've sort of covered the gist of the market in such a way that will keep us aware of both sides, and in that case keep us reasonably safe as well. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.